All right, everybody, welcome. I'm demoing lesson 8, building a house on Google Slides. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into it. This lesson talks about modifying shapes. So I'm just going to demo how do you create different shapes and modify it in the way that it wants you to. So it just asked me to make one new slide. So the slide button here, I'm on step number 4. So I skipped around a little bit. I'm on step number 4. I added a new slide. And in separate text boxes, type the text as shown, and then change the size font. So text 1 should be like this, and they want me to change the slides. So I'm just gonna skip that since this is basic stuff. And then I'm gonna go to slide 2, which is where most of the new skills you're supposed to learn is. So here, slide 2, insert a square. Change the fill color red and change the outline black with 2 and 2/4 point border. Okay, so this was a default slide template that comes up, but I want it to be a blank slide, so I could change the layout. And I go to layout and make it blank, so there's nothing there. And then now I'm going to make the shapes. So they want me to make a shape. I go to shape right here, and they want me to do a square. So I'm just going to click this rectangle button and then do a square. It's not perfect, so I do have to adjust the height and the width eventually. They want me to change the fill color to red, so I clicked on it. The fill color button's right here, so you just put it red. And they want the outline to be black with 2 1/4 thickness. So the border color here is black, and then it wants 2 1/4. Google Docs, Google Slides doesn't have 2 1/4, so I'm just gonna do 2, and that's good enough for me since they don't have the exact settings. Okay, so again, two is fine with me. Now you want to change the height to 3 inches and the width to 3.5. So I need to change the width and the height, and I'm going to blow it up a little bit more so I can see all the formatting options. So I'm going to go to Format Options, Size and Rotation, and then this is where the width, the height's 3, the width is 3.5. So the height is 3, so I put that at 3, and the width is 3.5. That's it. I think another way you could do it is you click it and you right click it. You right click the box and go to Format Options, and it opens up these options as well. So there's multiple ways to open the formatting options. So there's square. Okay. Next thing it wants me to do is insert a triangle. Green fill, black outline, 2 1/4 border again. So I go back to, I click out of the box so that there's nothing highlighted. I go to shape, the shape arrow, and then here's a triangle. So I just make a triangle. They want it green, so I go back to the painter tool, make it green. Whatever green you want, doesn't matter, I don't think. It doesn't specify. So just pick a green. Make sure the border color is black. So the border is that pencil, and then the weight is 2 1/4, but I'm just gonna put 2. Now it wants me to change the height to 2.5 and 4.5. Okay, so it's the same thing where I have to do the formatting options. So I have to find the format options button, or you right click and there's the format options. So it says that the height is 2.5 and the width is 4.5. Okay, there it is. Close. Okay. So now it says insert a square, change the fill to brown, change the outline, and change the border. Okay, so now they want a brown one. Okay, so they keep asking you to change and make more shapes. So these are the same steps that I just showed you, right? You insert a shape, change the same settings, da, 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 da. So I'm gonna skip the ones that are just repeats. So 12 is a repeat, 13, 14, 15. You have to do it on your own. I'm just skipping it since I already shared how to do the steps. And now I want to do number 18, use a copy and paste and duplicate the white square and the position as shown. So I was supposed to make a white square. Okay, so let's just pretend I made the white square. Let's do the square. I made a square. It's supposed to be white. So I put the white color and I'll just duplicate it. So duplicate it, you just have to copy it. So I press Control C on my keyboard and Control V for paste, and it pasted it. Okay. I think these are windows. So they wanted you to make like 2 boxes next to each other like that. So it's going to look like this. I just have it all over. The problem with Google Slides is that the slide is super small and these shapes are very large. So it's going to be a problem. I think on Google Docs, the default size is much larger. So let me see if I could change this. Let's go to File. Let's go to Page Setup. Widescreen, super widescreen. Whoops. See, I'm just trying to see if I could give you larger space because Google Docs is quite different than Google Slides. I mean, sorry, Microsoft PowerPoint is different than Google Slides. Because notice in PowerPoint, there's more space. Everything is kind of blown up on Google Docs. I just want to see if I can make this larger for you. It's probably page setup. I don't know. I mean, you could still do this assignment. What's going to happen is that the house is going to be so much bigger. See, eventually you didn't make this into a house, but the page is not big enough. So what I want you to do is you need to make a bigger page. Go to page setup in file and then do like 15, I don't know, 15 by 12. Okay, it's just you have bigger space. Oh no, it stretched it out. Okay, I'm just gonna do widescreen. Just keep it at widescreen. If your house goes, if your house bleeds over, it's okay. It's fine. It's just the way Google Docs is. You're just gonna have to leave it be. All right, anyways, I'm gonna go back to slide number 2. I'm just gonna double check that you made everything the way you wanted it to. They wanted you to make a vertical line. So vertical lines are these lines here. So you go to line and you make a line. Oops, here, line, I make a line. They want it 30 degrees with 0.8 inches. So format options makes the height, you want 0.8 inches. Okay, and then you want it at a degree of 30. So put 30 at the angle, like that, see? So you, again, the height is 0.8, the angle is here. They don't say anything with the width or anything, so you just ignore that. Just pay attention to the height and the angle, okay? So that's how you do step 19. Duplicate it, flip it vertically. So I'm supposed to duplicate this. Control C, Control V, so I got 2. And then you want to flip it vertically. So you go back to format options and then you want to flip it vertically like this. So now you have 2. Okay, so there's 2 lines. Okay. Then they want you to duplicate slide 2. So this is slide 2. To duplicate the slide, you right click and you duplicate. That's it. And then they want you to arrange it so it appears as shown in slide 3. Okay, so just pay attention on how they want you to put the blocks in the setup. I didn't put it exactly how they wanted it to because I'm just showing you the steps. So you're just gonna have to figure that on your own. But as long as you follow how to do what I showed you to do, then it'll end up looking like this. So just make sure your end result looks like this, and mine's just kind of combobulated, okay? And then again, if you have issues with the sizing of the slide, it's all in the file and you go to page setup, and then I would suggest doing widescreen, but it's not going to look exactly like this just because again, this is done on Google, on Microsoft PowerPoint instead of Google Slides. Okay, so there you have it. This is how you do this assignment on Google Slides. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.